Invite up our guest speaker who flew in all the way from California and is a leader in a group called the Gays Against Groomers. Let's give a warm welcome to Frank Rodriguez. Frank.
This is what a modern day revolution looks like. People in this building have actively tried to silence my voice from coming into this building to protect your children, your Ohana. I refuse to bow down to the power trip to the people in this building. Your children are worth this fight, this battle, this journey. I will not, we will not, Gays Against Groomers will not allow these people to take my community of inclusivity and love and tarnish it to attack your children and your rights. It is time for the gay community to take extreme ownership of ourselves, of us, and the things that we have going on in our community. That is not your fault. My community has wide-scale acceptance in this country, but we have seen zero decline in our suicidality rates. Why? No matter how many laws you put on the books, no matter how many times you try to accept us, no matter how many things you do for my community, it is up to us to fix us. The people in this building that try to silence my voice, your voice, for your kids, are not even a part of my community. It is time for extreme ownership, and I'm glad that the Parental Rights and Education Bill has been brought to the people of Hawaii. I thought long and hard what I'm going to say at this podium. I've practiced, I've thought, what is it going to be like? Who am I going to meet? This is a different world here. The way you guys think, the way you see life, is nothing like myself. You guys have taught me to look at the world in a lens of Ohana. And unless you come here and learn from the locals, you have absolutely no idea what that means, what that feels like. And I thank you for blessing me with the opportunity to come here and speak to you today. Your children are worth every sacrifice in your being. You guys go to work, you slave for your children, you do everything possible to give them a better life that you didn't have. At least that's what I think parents should do. Not hide who their kids are from them, not telling a child that you don't tell your parents who you are. Telling a child not to talk to their parents is demonizing the people that are supposed to love them the most. The people that love them the most. The people that care for them the most. The people in this building do not care for your child the way that you do. I couldn't. No one can. You can. That is why the people of this great state of Hawaii, of every single island, need to come together and show this building that you are in charge of your kids, that you are in charge of what they learn, and you are in charge of everything that you want for your children. They forgot that. The people in this room do not work for you. They are here to serve you. We are public servants. We are to grovel at the feet of the people that go to the ballots and click our name, that check our name, that fill the bubble for our vote. The most sacred thing in this world is who you are going to vote for. And the people in this room are tarnishing that. The people have spoken. They want rights over their children. They want control of what they learn. The Parental Rights and Education Bill does just that. Let me paint this story for you. 35 years ago, the wide-scale acceptance that the LGBT community has right now is absolutely abnormal for that time. Could you imagine if an educator could have reached out to a parent and said, hey, here's some resources about something that your son or daughter is starting to talk about. Let us educate you on this journey. Let's give you what you need to be successful in a confusing time for you and your child. They are severing that. They are removing you from the equation because your children, apparently to them, can make adult decisions without your knowledge or even consent. So where do we go from here? How do we fix this? You keep talking. I shouldn't be here. I am not one of you. But I am someone that cares about the common stranger. I walked this island barefoot as much as I could because I wanted to try to embrace the culture here for the time that I'm here. The moment I landed, I traveled as far away from civilization as I could. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. This island is sacred. You people are what made it that. Not America, not the federal government, not the people in this room. All of you, we the people, are in charge of this island. It is time for all of you to keep talking. It is time for all of you to keep speaking. Because the moment you allow someone to speak for you that does not align with your beliefs, you start caving. You start giving in. You start allowing them to control you. You see, we don't speak out because people are in fear of judgment. See, I am here with an open heart to listen to anyone about their opinions about this issue. Regardless if you're right or you're wrong, because your opinion matters, regardless of where you stand. This is why we have this amazing country. Because if we didn't, the people upstairs would do everything in their power to rip you away from your children and guide them down a journey that is going to chemically castrate them, going to take them down a journey of pure judgment, where likelihood of mental health issues is imminent. Why? Because they think they're doing a good job. It is time, like I said, for extreme ownership for the LGBTQ community. It is time for my people to look at themselves in the mirror and say, no matter how much acceptance this world gives me, I have to love me. And that is why I'm here. Because no matter how many times some of your selected elected officials tried to keep me from coming here, I forced myself to come. I wanted to come here because I'm not afraid. People say because I don't have kids, I have absolutely no idea what it means to be a parent. People tell me that I could never ever see what it's like to be a parent through my lens. But what I tell you is I see the pain that parents go through when they raise their children. I see the difficulties and trials that they go to for the sacrifices to raise successful, well-behaved, and honorable people to our society. Why do the people in this room think that they can parent your kids better than them, better than you? It's impossible. You know your children. It is time for all of you to keep speaking no matter how many times they threaten you, no matter how much they come for you. Because the moment you stop, you let them win. My parents are the most important thing to me. I could not be here if it wasn't for my mother and my father. One of the things that these people do not know when you go down the journey of figuring out who you are, what you're going to identify as, or whatever journey you're going to take in your life, is the absolutely the most beautiful time in the world. You get to figure out who you are, what you love, how you're going to behave. Why do they want to prey on that confusion? It is so easy for an outside entity to come in and say, you know what? You're confused. Let me help you. Let me groom you to the way that I want you to be. That is disgusting. When a child is confused or has questions, I advise our education to tell them to talk to their parents. Parents are the most qualified individuals to speak to their children about these ultra-sensitive topics. Why do they think that they have that power? Some aren't even from this island. It is time for all of you to start speaking. It is time for all of you to keep fighting. This is what the revolution looks like. This is what we need to do. Parents are very important. Hi, Mom.